I actually didn't really like so much the episode. It was mostly what happened after in the TARDIS. Like I was all about that last 5 minutes when the Doctor's sort of, he takes Missy's hand and he's saying that he's hoping that they can be friends again, and like I just really want there to be like more Master and Doctor episodes. But we'll talk about the episode for a bit then.
Years of Light was good, but it kind of just stopped being there. Like I'm finding it kind of hard to comment on stuff because nothing really stood out in terms of that was amazing or that was like something special.
I am delighted because I really, really, really enjoyed that episode. I was mainly happy that it wasn't of an episode.
Meh. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was just, it existed. There were some people, they did some things with a thing, and then they stopped doing things with a thing, and then they stopped, and the episode ended, and it was just bog standard, average Doctor Who.
I liked it, sort of. I liked it more than I liked some of the others. I'm going to be really serious, actually. I'm starting to like Missy. I never thought I would, but I like what she's done with it.
Yes, this episode was absolutely fantastic, actually, yeah. It was basically, very simply, the Pigs running around trying to kill the Romans, and then ended up, it wasn't them, it was some stupid monster thing. But it was quite interesting, actually, the whole sort of different take on history aspect of it.
First off, in Scotland, obviously loving that. I mean, Scotland, national pride.
I don't think it was a bad episode. It didn't stand out in any way, shape or form. There were some Romans who I can't even remember if any of them had names. There were some Picts. I can't even remember their names, except for I've just remembered one thing that does annoy me. The whole crow. All crows are just annoyed. And the wee bloke who says at the end, oh, don't worry, Car, I'll make sure you're remembered forever. Oh, are you going to head down to the nearest town and tell them about my brave sacrifice? No, I'm going to teach the crows to say Car, Car.
It's an episode with lots and lots of good bits that isn't quite gelled, do you know? But after saying that, I mean, I think it was better than the Ice Warrior one, which I quite liked.
The whole point of at the beginning with the little child running around the stones thing was a bit confusing, but it was quite good, yes.
Like, I think it was really sinister the way that they were able to work in. It was this beast that fed on the sun. It was, I don't know, it's obviously vampiric in nature, you know, it's leeching energy, but I don't know, it's unique in the way that you don't actually imagine a thing's preying on the energy of the sun and draining people of that energy. I just thought it was like a nice wee sinister twist as opposed to the obvious bad guy and this is how you beat him with like these bullets or this strategy.
I felt like the idea of the monster was really, really creative, and it was a great high concept idea, but it just kind of fell short around the final act, where it happened again where the final act got rushed, where they just kind of stopped the monster in a matter of seconds when it was a build-up of like a creature that sounded like very intimidating, ominous as well, very ominous sort of like concept. Eaters of Light, really cool title, very fairy tale-like.
Rona Munro, all credit to her, the writer, Rona Munro. She wrote the last classic series story, Survival. She did a beautiful job of returning because she did a story that was self-contained. It was classic Doctor Who material, but it was done with the elegance of the new series. It was really good.
Was that Survival? Yeah. Well, at least this one's a little bit more coherent.
The main factor I was looking forward to it was because a classic series writer, Rona Munro, famously wrote the final episode of the classic series, was coming back, and it was quite interesting to see how a classic writer would like translate into the modern style of Who writing, and I think she adapted pretty well. Like nothing said like bad writing. There were some odd good lines. That Death by Scotland line got me a good laugh.
I think Peter Capaldi is great. the bit where he throws the popcorn in the fire and does the fast talk thing about it, and then it's going to explode, and then everyone's going to react with surprise or whatever, and we're going to run away, and then that's what happens. I think that's just, to me, that's the ultimate Doctor, and I think Peter Capaldi starts putting it off.
Yeah, it was quite good. Yeah, I have no complaints really.
I'm really happy with that episode. I enjoyed it. It was I just fantastic. It was a good old. I hate, it's such a cliched sentence, but it was a good old romp.
But good for what it was. It just didn't make me go like brilliant or anything like that.
It was competently done. Not the best story of the season. Certainly not the worst either. It was just there, really.
But apart from that, it made no impact whatsoever. Well, there were a couple of nice lines, but apart from that, well, there were interdimensional.
But yeah, the last 5 minutes with the Doctor and Missy, like top notch, and also the foreshadowing for the next episode with the previous Master who had the paradox machine. I'm thinking maybe Missy might kill previous Master and the paradox machine works to let it go through, and that's how she ingratiates herself to the Doctor, but we'll talk about that next week.
Good times.